Hi, I'm Zach.
And I'm Josh.
And this is a pineapple.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, fellow nerds. I almost just broke the table again, but we are back for business.
We are back. We are back on May the 4th of all days, so May the 4th be with you. It is Star Wars Day, and we are super excited for this. So, just to kick it off, basically, we're going to go through a top tier list of our favorite Star Wars cinema. It's nothing that hasn't been done before, but I thought it'd be cool if you guys at least knew our opinions on the subject. What do you think, Josh?
Yeah, I think it's going to be exciting. Also, just one last reminder. It has been a while, but we are going to get a bunch of other videos out for you guys, and we have a lot of other things planned. But we're going to get to those things, and we just noticed something before recording this video.
Yeah. That
literally anything that has been on this channel other than hot sauce and hot chips has been Star Wars. We are not just into Star Wars. See, this is Star Wars. Oh, crap. This is Star Wars.
We got Mr.Napple.
We got Mr.Napple.
And we got Star Wars.
We don't. That's not a nerd
Star
thing,
Wars.
though. It's just
it's just Mr.Napple. Yeah, not that you're just Mr. Okay.
Batman!
Woo! Who was in a YouTube video once and fought Darth Vader.
Yeah,
but
more Star Wars.
Still not Star Wars.
Anyways, we will be getting pretty much. I mean, after the next couple of videos, we will be getting to a bunch
more
of
stuff.
non-Star Wars related stuff.
Yeah.
But
we'll expand.
We're expanding, but we're excited. But anyways, with that being said, who wants to go first? Actually, let's list off the movies real quick and TV shows that we're going to include in here. There's honorable mentions. Your Lego stuff, and there's the old Clone Wars 2D.
2D animation.
There's a couple of other things that we're not going to include, the weird holiday specials and Ewok stuff.
Probably won't go over that stuff, but we'll include them as honorable.
We have the original movies, New Hope, Return of the Jedi, Empire Strikes Back. I know I didn't say that in the proper order. Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith.
Yep. For your shows, you got the Clone Wars, you got Rebels. Unfortunately, we can't do Bad Batch because it's not out yet. You're just
unfortunately.
Shy of it, so.
Mandalorian.
No. Bad Batch is out because it's May the 4th. But we can't really review it because...
It starts on May 4th.
Well, now that you know we didn't film this on May 4th...
Don't worry about it. So, and then we have...
The Mandalorian, which we...
said Rebels.
Yep.
And then we have Rogue One.
Yes.
As well. Yep. So with that being said, I mean, I don't really care who goes first.
I mean, I can start it off. I'll just start it off.
You can start it off.
So let's see. So I would have to say...
You give a decent A, I guess.
Yeah. I definitely would say that out of all of the movies, all the shows, Return of the Jedi is by far my favorite. And I don't say that lightly because I rarely have a favorite. Mm-hmm. Like with everything else, whether it be movies or even games, anything regarding anything, I very rarely have a favorite. But Return of the Jedi was, as it is for many, so special for me when I first watched it. So there's obviously that baseline bias nostalgia there.
Yeah.
And you just can't get away from that, which is fine. But story-wise, it is the end of the era. It's the end, if you will, of the real, true Skywalker saga. Mm-hmm. It's the redemption of Darth Vader. Spoiler alert. I don't know why you wouldn't know that, but sorry, no offense. But it's the end of Darth Vader's story, the end yet beginning of Luke and Leia's story. It's the climax of everything. And it's what really, truly does connect the dots for the Skywalker saga. And it holds up after all these years. Visually, the acting holds up. I don't know how to describe it other than that. I truly am in love with that movie.
Yeah.
Granted, everything else
definitely more than a reasonable explanation of your number one spot.
Yeah, so I would go on and on. But thank you for interrupting.
I thought you were going to go down to up.
Oh.
I'm going to go down to
No, that is how top.
Why don't you go top to bottom and I'll go bottom to top.
Okay.
We'll
oh wow. Yeah.
It's fine. We didn't really talk about it.
Wow, that's true. Well, okay, I'm not gonna drown out. So, as a very close second, I just can't. I gotta stick to the original trilogy. Empire Strikes Back. Yeah. Empire Strikes Back is a very close second. obviously there's the "I am your father" scene. It's one of the most iconic scenes, not just in Star Wars, but in cinema history. But I also love the acting in that. I went for the 40th anniversary for the theater for Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah,
so
I wasn't alive when the movies came out.
The 40th anniversary.
I know, but like I wasn't even alive when we were re-showing for movies.
It was just a few weeks ago.
Wait,
like
was
a few
it?
months ago. Yeah, it was the 40th
I
anniversary.
wasn't alive then.
Wow. Anyways, not a few weeks, a few months ago.
I don't often remember when things were made, so...
Might have been last year. Anyways, the point is, I went to see it on the big screen for that, and it was amazing. I loved it.
Yep.
Right off the bucket list right there. But, same general thing. It was a beautiful story. It held up very well, and it's a classic. You can't get away from it. Which brings me to my third movie. If I'm being very honest, this might come off really weird, but I actually put Revenge of the Sith right after that. If I really, really did have to choose.
You put it above
the original A New Hope.
Wow.
Let me give my reasonings. So, no, I'll give A New Hope when I get to A New Hope.
Yeah.
Revenge of the Sith.
Don't go too far, though.
No. I know I've droned on. It's okay. Revenge of the Sith is a great movie. The first half and then the second half of the movie is one of the most phenomenal pieces of Star Wars that's ever been shown on screen. So that's why I love that, because you really get that second half of the betrayal of the Republic, rise of the Empire, the fall of Anakin, the rise of Darth Vader, Obi-Wan's heart wrench. Obviously, it's visual. The music is phenomenal. So, yeah. And that was the highlight of the prequels, in my opinion. So I would actually put that as my third very, very right there. Right after that, I would have to say, it's not A New Hope. Right after this.
No,
I'm being serious.
These things as we go.
No, I'm actually not.
Okay.
I promise I'm not. I do love A New Hope, but I don't love it as much as the other fans do. But I'll get to that when I get to A New Hope. The next movie, honestly, would actually be Rogue One, because I do love Rogue One. I love the originality, but even though it's original as a story, it was brand new for its time. And they had the perfect mesh of added brand new things in there, but kept the original feel of the story, which led up to A New Hope. So I don't have too much to say about that, just the scenes were phenomenal, and the character development was amazing. After Rogue One...
I'm surprised.
I know it bugs you, I'm not making this up as I go. Yes. The next one I would have to say is... Oh, goodness. I always mix this up. I would have to go Phantom Menace next.
New Hope still isn't on here?
Just hear me out.
What's happening?
Hear me out.
Why is Phantom Menace before New Hope?
I'm going to be on a specifically Qui-Gon. There are a lot of problems with Phantom Menace. A lot of people have said that, and I get that. And to a certain degree, I agree with them. Although, I love Jar Jar. I'm not afraid to admit it. I think Jar Jar's flipping amazing. But all in all, what made that movie for me was Qui-Gon. He was the closest thing we've ever seen to a Grey Jedi, even though he wasn't. He really was the foundation of Anakin. He could have, I always wonder what would have happened if he survived. Just everything about his character I loved and aspired to be. He's one of my favorite Jedi. So, he made that movie for me. So that's why I would put Phantom Menace. And then, after Phantom Menace... Nope.
I know what you're doing.
What? What am I doing?
I don't know.
What am I doing?
I don't know actually what you're doing.
After Phantom Menace, I would have to say that I would go with... Are we including TV series as the whole thing? Or just the movies first and then the TV series?
No, the TV series are involved.
TV series first?
But you can technically cut them out. It doesn't fully matter, but we're involving them.
We're involving them. I think it's hard to put them in a list, though, with the movies, because there's so much more content. Because, I know I'm going off on a spiral.
But that helps putting it higher, I think. Or lower.
Okay.
Because you have a lot of good content, you have a lot of bad content, so it kind of helps put them either or.
Yep. Okay, in that case, I would have to go. Then I would put A New Hope. Not because A New Hope is bad. I don't have anything against New Hope whatsoever. I think it's a phenomenal movie. It was, I'm going to say the word again, it was the foundation of Star Wars. That's where it all began.
Yeah.
It was what revolutionized the movie industry. It's a great, great movie. However, it is that very rare exception that I have found where the original movie was not the best. And that's just my personal opinion. I thought that Star Wars, for the most part, only upgraded and progressed as each one came out, in a sense. So, like, that's why I put A New Hope there. It's not because it's bad. It's just because everything I've seen after it was better.
I kind of have the exact opposite thought.
Interesting.
But I'll get to that.
Get into that.
It's not exactly how my list actually goes, but I kind of have the opposite thought.
So, like, that's all I mean. It's nothing wrong with A New Hope. I love A New Hope. I never get tired of watching it.
Part of my thought process is because of the movies we didn't include. But you keep going with your list, and we can keep going.
What movies?
Exactly. So keep going.
Okay.
Just keep going.
So I got to keep it all on track here. I should have written it down. So A New Hope, right under A New Hope, I would put Mandalorian, just because...
Mandalorian?
Am I forgetting movies?
No. You're not forgetting movies.
I'm forgetting TV shows.
I don't know. This list is weird. It's fine. Hey.
It's just a personal opinion. There's nothing factual really about it
No,
or
it's
objective.
fine. I'm not, like, mad or anything. It's just... I'm
going to make it very clear.
I'm surprised.
That might change when I'm caught up with Clone Wars. I'm still not caught up with Clone Wars, so this might change.
Yeah.
Clone Wars is a phenomenal show, and it's right under Mandalorian. But not very far under. Like, it's... If I could tie them, I would, but I'm not allowed to tie them, I guess.
You're not allowed to tie. It's not how it works.
Well, that's what I always used to do, but it's fine. The reasoning for Mandalorian is, as much as I like about Mandalorian, I have a lot of...
He's been falling. It's a Lego. He floats. Ew.
I have a lot of critiques for Mandalorian, unfortunately. So we won't get into that because we have a whole series. Watch the series.
Yeah,
if you
watch the
hear
freaking series. What, we have like 18 episodes of that stuff?
Go
watch it.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good.
We go more in depth than we intended, and we don't go as in depth as we wanted. So like
that makes sense. Yes. But yeah, right under that would be Clone Wars, because Clone Wars is just freaking phenomenal. The only reason I don't put Clone Wars above the movies is because
plenty
of
of
how
bad
phenomenal
stuff.
the movies are.
Right, and there's plenty of bad stuff in Clone Wars as well.
Right.
Which is why, actually, as we talk about this, I'm kind of changing my list. But
Okay.
only really 2 spots here.
And yeah, so right under that,
I think that's...
there was Rebels.
You have Rebels.
But see, I wouldn't.
Oh!
I would put Attack of the Clones.
I actually put this movie. I actually did include a movie that we didn't mention, but I included it.
Oh. Okay, get to it after.
It's Solo.
I don't know what you're talking about. If it was a movie, it doesn't sound good.
Yeah, it's not good at all.
Well,
let's just keep going. You have
yeah,
Rebels.
I was gonna say I don't know what you're
You have
talking
Rebels
about.
and Attack of the Clones.
Yeah, so I would put a. I don't know what I would pick for these because like I'd have to go with Attack of the Clones before Rebels.
Neither of us have really seen a lot of Rebels, to be fair. Like we've seen stuff from it, like clips, and we've read up on it.
I watched a good amount of season 1.
Yeah, I've seen a decent amount. I've just never sat down to watch an episode at all.
Most of that isn't even the story. It really is the animation style that they chose.
Yeah.
It was really hard to follow because of everything else we've seen. And so that's mainly it. I mean, Rebels is good. I liked it from what I saw, but I just haven't had the need to sit down and watch it. And Attack of the Clones is right before it because I have so many problems with Attack of the Clones. It's my least favorite one out of the saga. But there are some good things about it that I did like. But not too many, though. But I liked it. It was a good movie. So if I go any more, if I start giving a bunch of more details, we're going to be here all day. So that's my list. I hope you can follow it.
Yeah.
Pretty much. That's my list.
Batman's ready to do his glide kick to your face.
Hey.
All right. With that being said,
You do your worst first.
I'll try to be a little faster,
Sorry.
just to not make you drag on over here. I have little sticky notes right here.
I'm working on it.
We worked on it, and we did kind of... Actually, we didn't really get shorter what we kind of did. And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, we haven't been around for a while. So
our video links?
Yeah, we have to get back.
We're out of touch. Just bear with us. We hope you find it hilarious.
So, first, we have Attack of the Clones, obviously.
That's at your bottom, too, huh?
Yeah. Again, I have not watched Attack of the Clones in a long time. I attempted to watch Phantom Menace, and I kind of skipped because there's a lot of boring, the first 10 minutes is just the what are they called? The weird
Gungans?
Yeah, the Gungans just freaking talking about politics. And that's not how you start a Star Wars movie. It's not.
Okay.
But anyways, Attack of the Clones and then Phantom Menace. There is some good stuff with Phantom Menace, especially Darth Maul. It introduces Darth Maul, and you have the really good saber. The ending's really good. And overall, the movie's not terrible. That's another movie I haven't seen in a while. I have to watch it again. But it's another kind of there's a lot of politics and a lot of slow spots in it. I think young Anakin Skywalker is the worst thing ever. Annoying.
Little Annie?
Terrible character. But
Little Annie.
That's neither here nor there.
Okay.
And then I have Rebels because, again, I haven't watched it, but it's okay. There's a lot of critiques that I have, a lot of things that I don't think they did right. There's a lot of there's violence, but there's a lot of off-camera violence. There is on-camera violence, but there's a lot of off-camera violence. And again, it was more of a kid show than Clone Wars was, weirdly.
Right.
Not
Clone
bad.
Wars has a good balance, though, whereas Rebels really didn't.
Yeah, I don't like how they brought back Ahsoka back to life, even though she's one of my favorite characters. And then here's where stuff kind of gets shady, and a lot of these things can mix around and tie, like you said, but I don't want to do that just because it is a straight up list.
Right.
So next, I do have Mandalorian.
Oh, okay.
Again, a lot of these next 4 can all switch around on a given week, really. I'll be honest.
That's pretty much how Star Wars works as a whole.
I will be honest with you. Any of these can just mix around. But we have Mando. A lot of good. I loved the beginning of the first season, the space western stuff. And then, again, we have a series on it, so please go watch it. I'm not going to get into it.
If you want the details on that.
We give plenty of details, and not enough at the same time, but... There's a lot of bad stuff, but a lot of good at the same time. Anyways, next is Rogue One. Again, a good movie. I don't know why I don't have it higher. I don't know. I think it's because their characters only used in a singular movie.
Right.
I think that's literally the only thing. I'm not saying the character development was bad because honestly, for a movie introducing brand new characters. They did a really good job.
It's kind of like how I rate New Hope, where it's there's nothing wrong with it.
Right, yeah.
It was just,
exactly.
You find everything else better.
Right. They do a really good job of bringing all these new characters in and introducing them and giving them actual character development throughout the story.
Yep.
I think one of my biggest critiques, if anything were to be critiqued about this movie, because I think everything else is phenomenal. Again, this could be higher. I think it's really difficult. But... my one critique is that everyone had to die anyways because they were going to blow up the planet. Again, we all know this. If you're watching this video, we are going through a list of movies from Star Wars. They blow up the planet, Scarif, or that's the island or the base. I don't know. But everyone pretty much dies except the 2 other characters. They die before, and some of their deaths are a little stupid. That's literally it. That's my only.
I've said this before.
That's my only critique about it, but everything else is great. Anyways, next is Revenge of the Sith and/or Clone Wars. Those can go back and forth. And I put Revenge of the Sith strictly like you said because the beginning, it's not terrible, but the beginning is kind of But then the second half is, again, like you said, some of the best Star Wars we've ever gotten. So. Yeah, these 4 can flip flop back and forth. It pains me just to talk about this stuff.
Yep.
And then Clone Wars, it has a special place in my heart.
Yep.
I'm sure it does with you too. But I remember a bunch of friends getting together and us sitting down for the Clone Wars debut, like the debut movie.
Yep.
I don't remember if it was
I did that. With,
I don't remember if it was his birthday party or not, or it was just a party. I think it was his birthday party, but we all got like, we all got toys. We all got like Clone Wars toys because they were already out. Weirdly enough, they're freaking weird like that. And I remember at the time I got a Captain Rex figure, and I was like, everyone else got like General Grievous and like Anakin Skywalker and like all these cool characters. I'm like, got a freaking normal clone trooper. This is before the TV show began, and even after I watched the movie, I was like, eh. But now I'm like, I wish I had that figure still because Captain Rex is freaking awesome, right?
He's one of my favorite characters in Star Wars.
Right. So there's that. A lot of nostalgia with that. Same with like Transformers Prime, Clone Wars, and Transformers Prime. Two of my favorite shows of all time because of nostalgia. Transformers Prime is not because of nostalgia, by the way. I rewatched that. I know I'm going on a tangent, but it's the greatest show to ever exist in the history. The only bad part is the stupid freaking human kids.
He's never gonna stop.
The humans always ruin the show.
He says this all the time.
Other than
all the freaking time. We could be talking about anything. And a little hint. Transformers Prime. Let me tell you, that is the greatest freaking show I've ever seen. And you say it like I've never heard it before.
You haven't watched it yet.
No, I haven't.
There's no way to watch it. They only have one season on Netflix now. Anyways, the only bad part about that show is the little kids. Back to Star Wars.
Yeah, thank you.
Next we have Return of the Jedi. Again, these are movies I can flip-flop back and forth. I think they're all phenomenal. I just barely rewatched them like couple weeks ago, a month ago maybe, I don't remember.
The originals?
Yeah.
You did. You did it about a month ago.
Yeah. I rewatched them.
Text me. Like, how the freaking heck did these hold up?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man.
They still hold up. They are so phenomenal. We got Return of the Jedi, Empire Strikes Back, and then my top one is New Hope, which is why I had such a big problem.
That's funny.
I just rewatched them and like, again, like I said, all of these, especially the originals, can also flip flop in those number 3 spots for me because I don't have a favorite amongst Star Wars.
I do want your reasoning for a New Hope being top.
I don't know. I think it's such a weird thing because throughout the entire movie, and I think it's why the non-existent new movies sucked so bad.
What non-existent?
But throughout the New Hope, it's only towards the end and towards the beginning of Empire that Luke actually starts to develop into his role that he's in. I mean, in Empire, it's been I don't know if it's been a year, but it's some time has passed.
I forget. I want to say 3 years, but that doesn't sound right.
But some time has passed, so he's been able to develop into his role. But in A New Hope, he is just kind of there. Mm-hmm. He's your hero, but he's there, and he's just figuring out these things as he goes. And
he isn't just automatically the hero of the rebellion.
And the thing is, it's your introduction. It's your first ever introduction into this world of Star Wars. It's everyone's first bit of Star Wars. I mean, not technically, depending on how you were introduced to it. But like before, when the movies came out, that's what Star Wars was. That first movie until Empire came out. Right. Again, like I said, these movies can flip-flop back and forth. You do have like a very favorite. I don't technically have a favorite with all of these, so those can flip-flop back and forth. And I guarantee you, in a year or two, they probably will. I can tell you what, but there won't be any more movies on this list. Because this, right here, is all Star What has to offer. Aside from the honorable mentions, of course.
Yep, that's it. Those are the mainstream things. You got what? You got the 6 movies. Yep. There are only 6 movies.
Only 6 main movies.
Only 6 main movies. And then you have Rogue One.
Yep.
And then you have the TV shows.
You did have that weird Han Solo movie, though.
What weird Han Solo movie?
But I didn't even put it on the list.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
That being said, I'm Zach.
And I'm Josh.
And this is a pineapple.
Happy May 4th.
May the 4th be with you.